Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to sew the clip onto the extensions. Clips I'm using are these. They're simple little clips from Sally's. They're really cheap. This is some thread that I got at Sally's also. It's thicker than regular, like just sewing thread, so it stays better. And you want it to stay better because the better it stays, the longer it lasts. Now on most things, you're going to want to put 3 clips. So like on this one, it's going to go one here, one here, one here, to hold it on the best. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the tips, put them together, push your needle through, just like that. Now you're going to want to put your needle through the first hole. This is how I secure it, by the way. You needle through the first hole, and before you pull the thread all the way through this part, the first part, you're going to put your needle through here and pull, and see, it's going to tightly close that. And do one more right here. And put your needle through that loop because it knots it and it'll make it stay better, and we want it to stay. Now, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be the prettiest little sewing job ever, because let's face it, I can't sew. But yeah, and so next we'll... For the ones in the middle, they're smaller, so you're probably going to only be able to fit one loop through. Through a loop. Pull it tight. And the next one, through there. Pull it through. And through the loop. Tight. If any hair gets stuck in there, just pull it out. Yep. There we go. And last little hole, because there's one more big hole, through the loop. And the second one there. And the last one I actually like to do 3 on because it's, well, important to hold it. So you're going to pull it through, and then see this little loop? You're going to put your needle through the loop twice instead of once like I did on the other ones. So there we go. 1, 2. And pull it nice and tight so it knots. Cut the excess off. And cut the excess on the other end off. And there, you've got your first sewn on clip. Okay, so hey guys, now I'm going to show you how to put in extensions, and then I'm going to show you how to cut them and like blend them with your hair. So the first thing you're going to need is a clip or something to put your hair up with. So yeah, let me grab my extensions. Before we started, I straightened my hair because I want it to blend with the extensions, and if they're 2 different consistencies, it's not going to work. So, section off a layer where your like first layer is going to go. There's where mine's going to go. Now you're going to take a brush. I just use, I don't know, it's just got hair on it. It's just a bristle brush. And you're going to tease the roots. You do this so that the clips will have something to grab to and they won't slip out during the day. So my first layer is the 3 weft bottom layer. And the clips, they work like this. They go up like that to open, and then you click them like that closed. So you want them open when you're putting them in your hair. Flip it around. And you're going to go like that, and you're going to just slide it through. It's going to catch, and you're going to clip. Same thing on the other side. And they should hold pretty well. And if not, you can always just unclip and pull it and put it through again, or tease a little bit more because mine's slipping a bit. If needed, if your hair doesn't stay for teasing, you can always use some hairspray. But yeah, there we go. First layer's in. Nice and silky. Okay, now we're going to do, there's going to be one more layer in the main section of my hair, but before we do that, I'm going to do the bang part. What you're going to do is you're still going to section off, just like this, part, clip it back, tease it, so it has a little something to grab to. Okay, and here's this. If you notice, I haven't cut them yet, so they're still just long. We're going to cut them to be like bang extensions in a little while. See, I forgot to open it. You're going to want to make sure this first time that you're doing this that you get it pretty good, because if you're going to be cutting them, you want them to look the same every time you apply them. So you want to cut them where they're going to be every time. So I like mine to be nice and in my face because I do a nice little fringe here. So there's that, and then clip this back here. My hair is really soft and silky today because I just washed it, so that's why it's not grabbing so much. But there we go. Nice. Just like that. See, that's looking nice, looking very nice. Okay, now for the purple bang part. This part's going to look kind of silly because I haven't trimmed the bangs part yet, so just be aware of that, but it's cool. And I'm sorry if my face looks really oily, it's because it's really hot in here and I'm sweating. Sweating. Most of the extensions I made with the 2 clips, but for the bangs I want extra hold and I want them to have like stay because they're like the most important part to me. So these have 3 clips. Make sure they're all open. So we're gonna put them in. The first one goes right near the roots. Over here. 1. Hold on, let me re-tease that. I have like this, not bald spot, but really thin patch of hair right here. Ow. I got bit by a rat when I was getting my new pet and it kind of hurts. But yeah. Okay, so. First one. Second one. And third one. And I want to get a little bit more on the third one. Like I said, I really want these to stick, and that's why I'm taking so much time on this. See how they look so silly because they're so long? Pretty color though, yeah? Nice pastel. Okay, now we're gonna brush our bangs down on it. Yeah, my bangs, my actual bangs, are slightly lighter than the extensions because look at that. Because my actual hair was white and the extensions were golden blonde, so it was really hard to match it, but it matches pretty well. Yeah. Okay, now for the last layer, we're gonna pull that up. Make sure you're not clipping your extensions to other extensions, because that could be bad, because then they're easier to pull out. You want to give them something really good to grip to. Wow! Since my clip just broke, hold on a minute. We're going to use a good old-fashioned hair tie. Just tie it up in a bun while I'm doing that. Just like that. And tease again. Tease. Try not to tease the actual extensions that are already in. Tease. We don't want it to be really puffy, we just want to give it a little bit to cling to because we're not styling it yet. So yeah. Okay. Now that we've got all our lovely extensions in, it's going to be time to cut them because we don't want them looking just like this. That's not very stylish now, is it? You want to make sure both are even. You have like even amounts of hair. I do. So let me go grab my handy dandy scissors and I'll be right back. So I don't have actual hair cutting scissors, I just use some real sharp regular scissors. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with this side. We're going to pull it forward like that. And we're going to trim. Just like that. Drop the hair on the floor, it doesn't matter. And trim. And trim. And trim. If some of your actual hair cuts with this, it's okay because you want it to blend. It's really fine. Now you're going to take this, go like that, so it's not so choppy. It should look something like that. I'm sorry, I'm like sweating so much, it's so hot. So yeah. Trim. Gotta get it perfect. Now you're gonna take it and I go like this, down it, Helps thin it out even more. Should look something like that. Okay, now I'm going to work on my actual bangs a bit. So I'm going to brush them all forward. And see how they got shorter? Yeah. So you can tell this isn't working very well because of how hot it is and how much I keep sweating, but nothing I can do. Want to keep a little bit of color down here. Yeah. Now I'm going to take some of the extensions that are in my hair and I'm just going to trim like that, just so it has a little bit more dimension to it, a little more layers. And just like that. Please ignore my phone. Try not to cut my actual hair, because I don't want that cut. But yeah. See how the bang extensions look kind of like this? That's good. And then like what you do to style them is you're going to take your straightener and you're going to curl them like this. And curl. Ooh, that looks kind of weird, doesn't it? But they'll curl in like that. It'll probably look better once it's not so hot. I'm so sorry for that. The fact that it's so hot. But yeah, that's basically all I do to trim my extensions, to blend them with my hair. And then I just tease them and style them and all that. So I'll make another video on my hair, how I style it daily. But yeah, that's all I do to cut my hair, and I hope you enjoyed.